So this is how it went down. About a few months ago, me and a friend of mine went out to get something to eat, and it was already late. So I decided to escort that my friend back to his or her hostel. So I had the option of either, escorting the person. It was like a 10-minute or 15-minute walk back to the hostel, or I could pay for the bike ride. And me being the broadcast nigga that I am, I personally just naturally wanted to take, that 10-minute, 15-minute walk with my friend. I felt that it created an opportunity, for growth, for intimacy. You get it? You don't get it? Forget about it. I think this applies to most people. It's kind of like a general thing that when it comes to a situation like that, specifically like that, we would all opt to trek, to take the walk. But when it comes to life, a lot of us prefer not to take the long way. Yeah, I want to take the long way while I'm escorting my friend back to our hostel. I said, oh my God. Oh, but I don't want to take the long way when it comes to being successful, when it comes to getting good grades in class. I want the shortest, fastest, most effective way to get to that. I don't want to take the long way when it comes to finding that person that I will be taking long walks with. I don't want the long way. I want the shortest, fastest, most effective way. I don't want to take the long way when it comes to getting out of depression or trying to be free or rid of an addiction. No, I want the shortest, fastest, most effective way possible. And so I turn to God most of the time in my journey through life, and I'm like, God, are we there yet? And he just turns back and looks at me and he's like, baby, let's take the long way. And I'm like, what? Why? Never have take light though. They have more or less said no more. Should we let's I'm just gonna continue. So because you guys need this, okay? Okay, so my room is a mess today. Just today, it's not usually in a mess. That's a big lie. That is a very big lie. Okay, the reason why it's in a mess today, that doesn't mean it's not usually in a mess, but the reason why it's in a mess today is because I just got back from home, and when we were traveling from point A to point B, the person that drove took the shortest, fastest, most effective way to get from point A to point B. That's how life is. That's the sensible thing to do. But I think, I don't know, in this situation, when it comes to just life in general, God just has this affinity for doing it the way we consider the long way. Yeah, it kind of has a track record, because I think when you look at the stories of people in the Bible, and I think when the Bible people look back at us from heaven, they're just like,
gbogbo wa la máa jẹ breakfast.
tó jẹ́ wípé ẹ ó jẹ àjẹyó ẹ ó tún dé ìlọlẹ̀.
because think about it. Think about Jesus now. Jesus, when he was 12, he was like, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to do the Father's work. I'm ready to go out, preach the gospel to the nations and all of that. He went to meet the scribes in the temple, in Jerusalem temple, and God was like, baby, let's take the long way. And bam, you didn't hear about Jesus for like 18 years. He was 30 when he started his ministry. Look at Joseph. Joseph had started having dreams around 17 years, and God was like, baby, bam. You don't hear about Joseph becoming anything until 30 when he became the prime minister. I think God likes 30. It's like 3 times 10, Trinity times 10. David, I'm going to stop at David. David was like anointed, I think, around 15 years of age. Actually, I looked all of this up before. David was anointed at around 15 years of age, and everything. He did not become king until he was 30 again. But what I've realized is that if you don't understand why God does these things in our lives, why it seems like God is taking the longer way when there is an obviously shorter way, you will probably have to endure the process instead of enjoying it. So I think that's what we should talk about today. Let's talk about the long way, so that whenever we are in it, we will enjoy it rather than have to endure it. Cool? Okay, now the reason why I think most of us feel like God is taking the longer way is because we recognize, or we believe, that there is a faster way, there is a shorter way. Like, God, you are taking part B, but part A obviously looks like to get me to the same point faster. All right, but I want you to think about it this way. You are saving up for an iPhone 12 Pro Max, you're walking up to 50k, you're walking up to 100k, and it's taking so long. And so you go online and you go to GG and you're like, you know what, maybe someone is trying to sell their iPhone 12 Pro Max at a cheap price. And so you go, you put the search parameters there. I actually did this, and of the truths, you can find an iPhone 12 Pro Max less than 100k on GG. Now, whether it is actually an iPhone 12 Pro Max, that is still to be debated, because some of their listings wrote Android iPhone or something like that. I have no idea. An iPhone that is like a Techno, basically. That's what you are paying for. Someone that bought it, the original iPhone 12 Pro Max, and someone that bought the Nigeria-made iPhone 12 Pro Max. There's obviously a difference between the two of them. Somebody obviously got their iPhone 12 Pro Max faster, but that doesn't mean that the person got the same value for it. I think when we think about faster, we don't know this, but we are usually settling. We are settling for something that seems like what we want, but it's actually a cheap knockoff. Settling for something more attainable, but also less valuable. Hot take. The devil makes us believe that there is another way outside of God's plan, outside of God's way, which we call the long way, to get what we want and what we desire. But in truth, spoiler alert, there isn't, because if you desire something, God probably put that desire in you, so he probably knows what you want better than you. Do you get what I'm saying? Let me give an example. Okay, I want success, so I want money, but the real reason why I want that success, so I want that money, is validation or affirmation or a sense of, I have arrived. God knows that I don't actually want the money just for the sake of wanting money. I want it because of that validation. I want it because of that affirmation. And so when God says, okay, let's take the long way, God is actually planning on giving me that validation, that affirmation during the process. And we get to the money part eventually. But by the time I get to that money part, it's not the main thing. I tend to value the process of getting there more than the actual goal. And that's what you realize, that's what you discover with humans, is that when we reach the goal or we attain something that we've always wanted to attain, we don't actually love it as much as we thought we would, because we took the short way, and the thing that we were actually after, that process, we completely skipped it. So what are we saying today? It's very likely that whatever you are involving God in will probably take longer than you think it will. It won't happen every time, but most of the time it will take longer than you would prefer. And it's not because God intentionally wants to take the long way. He just knows that usually when it takes time, we tend to value it more, and God has the opportunity to grow with us. He has the opportunity for intimacy. You get it? Do you guys get it now? You still don't. So I have an awesome time this week, taking the God way, the long way, the better way. And I guess I'll see you guys. Oh, and pray for me that they return our lights, because Nigeria. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. We hope that you are blessed. We hope that you learned something. Before you leave, we would love it if you could do a couple of things for us. One, if this video blessed you, if you loved it, then share it with a couple of friends, share it with family. You never know who you are helping by putting this kind of content out there. Don't forget to subscribe if this is content that you like getting more and more of. And the last thing is that remember to use the comment section if you guys just want to say hi, or you have some thoughts on the topic that we talked about today. Again, thanks for watching today's video. It means a lot to us. Until next time, remain rapturable. We still say remain rapturable. Until next time, God bless you guys. We'll see you. Peace.